This is Kevin Menton with Outside the Games. Pleasure to have you on our show. This is a show dedicated to student athletes with regards to them, their character, who they are on and off the field. And so we'd like to thank a lot of our partnerships, that of Therabody, Fit America, Milestorm, Enterprise, National, PWC Wellness PDX, and we'd love to thank also LA 36 in Los Angeles. Well, we're here with this special student athlete here out of Clearwater, Florida, correct?
Yes, sir.
This is Jhavaun Blake. Jhavaun Blake, pleasure to have you on our show.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. He is a class of 2021 out of Clearwater Academy International, 6'1", 210 running back. His GPA hasn't been figured out yet because this is a guy, he's got a story from Canada coming to the USA. So obviously the GPA will be figured out, but he's getting all straight A's right now. So he's doing well in the classroom. Well, we talk a little bit, we start first with family, Jhavaun, and how would you define family and why? Let's start there first.
Family means everything to me. I think family is support, is love, is people who care for you no matter what times you're going through, tough, good times. So having like a support system that you can always depend on, no matter where you are in the world or what you're doing, you can always reflect on that and always have people that you know is going to be there looking out for you and cheering you on all the time. So family means everything to me for sure.
That's great definition. Your parents, they play such a huge part in your life,
Yes,
both
sir.
and dad. And let's talk a little bit about dad first and what he does for you, how he helps
Yes,
you become the best student athlete possible. You're his son,
Yes,
so special relationship there. Take me through what that is and what he does for you.
My dad is definitely my rock. Like, he's always looking out for me, supporting me with football. He's always giving me advice because in high school, he was an athlete too. So he's always giving me advice and what I need to do to get better at my craft every single day. And he supports me all the time. And he's always checking in, making sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do to get better every day. So my dad is my rock for sure.
Oh yeah, no, definitely plays a part. They
Yes, sir.
each have roles, and so with your mom, talk to me about your mom because they both kind of have different roles with them. And
Yeah.
what does your mom do for you, and how does she help you the best?
My mom is my support system. Like, she loves me like so much. She's my biggest fan. She's at all my games and she comes out whenever she can, and she's always trying to figure out like if I lose a game and I'm upset because I hate losing at anything. So she'll call me and she'll tell me it's okay and I just need to work and get better. So yeah, she's just my support system. I can depend on her whenever, no matter the situation.
Oh, that's big. That's big. You know, a lot of
So,
times with family, because again, they provide just the basic necessities that you need, but there's always that
so
there always is that you know, sacrifice. I like to think of
yeah,
sacrifice because they make sacrifices for you. They know what it is
so
to be, especially your dad being a student athlete before, so he knows what it takes. Uh,
so
there's an extension out of family, that of mentorship. And
yeah.
mentorship plays a huge role with regards to development and how a person can kind of get through things because sometimes family is always not going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen is sometimes parents won't be there when you maybe need them most sometimes. But there are these coaches and relatives and things of that sort. These mentors play a huge part. Who are your mentors and why?
So I have a couple. So my mentors from my old high school in Canada, which was Rutland Senior Secondary, is most definitely Coach McCall because he was the guy that got me into football. He was the guy that looked out for me like all my high school career here in Canada. So he's like a second dad to me for sure. Like, he's always doing stuff for me, taking me to games, taking me to camps and stuff. And like he was the one that like made it possible for me to think that I can take football to the next level for sure. So he's definitely one of the first mentors in my life. And when I moved to Florida, I started playing at Clearwater Academy International. My mentors there was Coach Jesse Chinchar, he's the head coach for Clearwater, Coach Dan Mayer, and Coach John. He was my positioning coach, Coach John. He's from Montreal, and he came out to coach up all the running backs and DBs. And he's just a guy, like, you can always depend on him. He always works with you after hours, and he just helps you get better every camp so you can take it to the next level. So I've been blessed to have like guys in my life that I can look up to because they've been there, they've been to the places where I'm trying to go. So it means a lot.
Yeah, take me through, being from Canada, and I kind of want to get into that story. Why the move from Canada to Clearwater, Florida? Because somewhat probably some different climates there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Take me through why the move, and how's that move been going so far?
Um, the reason why I moved is because I wanted to improve in my academics and my football career and just athletics, because America is like it's the place for like any sports, to be honest. So I just wanted to go there and compete with guys that I know are better than me, are the same as me, so I can get better every single day and just compete in and day out. So,
Yeah, and I think too, what was the first thing you had to get used to when you went from Canada? Because everything's like the washroom.
yeah,
Uh, there's different kind of language a little bit sometimes with
yeah.
Canadians. Um, when you went to America, what was the first thing you had to kind of get adjusted to?
The first thing was definitely the weather, because originally I'm from Jamaica and I moved to Canada about 2012. So the heat wasn't that a big of an issue at first, but living in Canada for such a long time, when I got there, the heat was awful. Like, man, I was like crying. I was like, why am I even here? But I know I was there to get better and just improve. So I suck it up. But the heat was definitely the toughest part for sure.
And when did you move from Jamaica to Canada? Take me through that story and what went into that.
2012.
Hmm.
The reason why I moved is because I was living in Jamaica with my grandparents. So my mom was living here in Canada because she's a nurse here. So I moved here so I can have a better opportunity to just have a better career.
Wow, sacrifices all over the board, especially from
Yes,
parents,
sir.
because they have to move. That's not an
Yes, sir.
easy thing, right? From Jamaica to Canada to now Florida.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
what was it like? Because we always talk about it. We're going to talk about the student athlete challenges, but
Mhm.
going from different schools, is that an easy thing?
Definitely not. Like, it's different cultures and it's different way of teaching and stuff. So you really have to apply yourselves to like understanding the different ways of teaching. So it's not really easy. So once you like get down to it and you just focus and you set your mind to it, more practice, repetition, you get used to it. Like the language barrier at first, like English was not like my best language. So I had to learn the proper grammars and everything like that. I'm still working on it. So I'm still getting better.
Well, you sound really good now.
Thank you.
You sound great now. Hey, we have Jhavaun Blake. He's class of 2021, running back at Clearwater Academy International, or Clearwater Academy International. We'll be right back.
I'm legendary. You know, let's go. Out of the dust, a legend is born. Born for the game, born for the throne. Up from the ground, and out of the gates.
We've got your back, Road Warriors. Because we know you want to get back to going your speed. Steering life at 10 and 2. You're prepared for this. And so are we. Soon, you'll get back to skipping the counter without missing a beat. Back to choosing any car in the aisle. Back to being the boss of you. Go National. Go like a pro.
Oh, that feels so good. It's pretty strong.
That'd be pretty handy. Oh, that's cool.
Feels good.
Oh, it's warm. That's really nice.
You can feel the vibration coming in a lot faster than anything that I've ever used before.
Yeah, because I have like the bigger foam roller, and it's nice, but it doesn't get deep in your tissue. Oh, the more heat, baby, I tell you what.
That's so nice. This was on Shark Tank, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember seeing it.
Oh, that feels so good. Right on the arch. Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Welcome back to Outside the Games. We have here Jhavaun Blake, class of 2021, running back. He's out of Clearwater Academy International in Florida. Jhavaun, so we get into about student athlete challenges, and really these are some adversities and challenges that you face. Take me through. We're going to talk about academics. How do you view academics, and what is your teacher relationship you have, your student teacher relationship that you have with those ones in the school currently right now?
Right now, my teacher is my football coach, so he understands the challenges that we go through every single day as athletes. So we're not really there in the school all the time because of football. So we're traveling a lot. We have workouts early, then practice. So just having somebody that supports you and understands the challenges you go through, and have like extra times where you can come in to get extra work. And if you need tutor or anything, extra help, extra homework, or just practicing whatever the topic is, it helps a lot, because at the end of the day, you got to get your school right, and you have to get everything done so you can graduate and everything. So it just helps a lot to have somebody that understands the process.
Now, what's interesting is that you throw a wrench in all this, and the wrench is basically COVID-19.
Yeah.
And how that's really affected it. I mean, I don't believe Canada's dealing with it the same way USA is dealing with it because of the number of positives of COVID. But from a standpoint of Clearwater, Florida, your high school that you go to, are you guys attending high school right now?
Yes, sir, we are. We were attending high school since July. So we started online, and we're doing stuff online, started up programs and everything. And then after the Senate said we're allowed to go back into school, we just had to wear a mask. So we went back into school, and then we started our programs face to face and started getting helps and stuff like that. So it's been pretty good. We've been pretty blessed in Florida because we got a full season of football. Not a lot of states had that, so it was a blessing for sure.
And I'm going to get into that because we cover all over the nation. From a standpoint of Oregon, Washington, California, Idaho, some of these other states, they haven't been able to go to school. There hasn't been school, and they're even doing some kind of staggered learning to where some of them are able to return back to school a little bit. But what I find interesting, though, is that take me through the protocols you guys are doing in school to be able to attend school. Obviously, masks. What other things are you doing? Because I think those states can learn something as far as, it can be done.
Okay, so first off, we try to limit like the outside contact. If you're a player or you're a student attending the school, we try to limit how many public places you go when you're not in school and stuff like that. And when we do come on campus, we get temperature checks. We make sure you're wearing your gloves, your mask, and just being cleanly. Like when you're in the classroom, when you leave the classroom, when you come back in, you're sanitizing your hands. You're wiping your desk, you're wiping your computers after every use and stuff like that. Just being sanitary and just limited in contact with others, so we're 6 feet apart and stuff like that.
And I saw that Texas, I know I talked to a student athlete there. They were actually having it to where you had your laptop, it was yours for the day.
For sure.
And they clean it at the end of the day. Is that kind of the same story?
Yeah, it's exactly the same. Like you get one laptop, you clean it before you use it, and you clean after.
Okay. Do you find that this has helped you being able to attend school and be there at school and be able to have a season? Has it really helped you kind of mentally? And, because a lot of people sometimes get depressed because they don't have that one-on-one contact or a lot of contact with people because everything's through Zoom or, going through virtual. Have you found that it's really helped you?
Yeah, I found that it helped a lot. Being able to go to school because we had 0 cases of COVID there. So just being able to go to school because we take it so seriously and the precautions and everything. And Yeah, we know like if we're proper about it, if we're sanitary and everything, that we're gonna have a season. So we all look forward to that. So we all did the necessary steps to be able to do that for sure.
Nice, nice. Well, in the classroom, what is your favorite class to take, Jhavaun? What's your favorite? You got to have a favorite class you like.
My favorite class right now, because I never had American history before, because going in Canada we don't really do a lot of history, but we try to. So American history right now is my favorite for sure.
Nice, nice. Is there a part of American history that you enjoy learning about?
I like learning about the Roaring '30s, stuff like that. Those are interesting. The first wars and stuff like that. I like learning about that, yeah, for sure.
Interesting. What is your least favorite class? Because there's got to be one. Not to put any teachers on blast as far as, hey, it's not the teacher. It just may be a subject that just doesn't really interest you. You kind of just, that's not my favorite.
Definitely maths. I hate to do it, but you have to do it. So maths is probably my least favorite. Yeah, for sure.
A lot of times student athletes have said that, getting tutors or having a tutor is weak. Some think that it's weak.
Yeah.
But a lot have said it's not. That having a tutor actually is a better thing. Have you found it that within math you've had to do some tutoring to kind of just get better at it?
Yeah, like sometimes just being by yourself, you're not sometimes you're motivated and you want to learn and stuff like that, but sometimes it's always good to get help, outside help, just to push you a little further. And sometimes you're stuck on a problem and you're by yourself, you don't know how to figure it out. Just having that extra eye or somebody that's better at it to help you out, it's not weak. It's just just understanding that getting extra help just means you want to get better. So
is Jhavaun a good test taker?
Good test taker. It depends on the test, I guess.
If it's a math test, right?
If it's a math test, I don't know about
that. With test taking, do you find that preparation seems to be key when you're trying to get ready for a test that you try to take?
Yes, sir. Prepping is like one of the biggest things. Just right, if you're using flashcards, if you whatever it takes, just prepping yourself and just drilling yourself. Like repetition is the key to success. So when you rep something else, you get better at it the more you go. So just being prepared for sure helps a lot.
Right, definitely. What do you find it about being a student athlete in the high school? Sometimes teachers may think that, okay, student athlete, you're a student athlete, and you sometimes there's a lot on your plate. How do you try to convey to the teacher that you take your academics seriously in a way that benefits you? So that way, the stigma around a student athlete, like, oh, they're just here for sports.
Yeah.
Take me through how you make it clear to the teacher that it's not about that.
Just having a football coach to be my teacher, like hands down, is all about academics first before football, no matter the scenario, even though he's their coach. So he focused a lot on academics. So if you're not eligible academically that week, like you don't play at all, like you don't even see the field. So it really makes you want to work hard in the classroom. So there's no question about academics in our classroom, because having our coaches being our teachers like sets the bar for that.
How do you get the best out of a teacher? So put it this way, what things do you have to do to get to help the teacher out with the lesson that they're trying to teach you or the class that you're in?
Just questioning them, asking them details about the topic, and just reaching out, and getting help, just being focused, just wanting to learn.
What do you think the teacher has to do to help you be the best at being a student athlete and kind of get you to learn more or be engaged? What do they have to do for themselves to provide for you?
For me, it's just about making the topic interesting, like whatever, change it up with the way you teach it. Maybe if we're doing stuff in history, maybe watch a little movie after we go through some papers or a lesson or whatever. So just keeping it interesting so you want to learn about the topic, not just doing the lectures all day and stuff, because sometimes people are not really, after a couple hours, you get bored of it. So just keeping it interesting for sure, changing up a little bit.
Obviously, the emphasis for especially if your coaches are teachers, the emphasis obviously is study time. Is there a thing that they plan for study time for the players to make sure that they're on their studies and that they're putting time to their academics? Do they do that?
Yes, sir, for sure. So during the season, we lift maybe 3 times a week. So the days that we don't lift, we have longer classes for study time. So classes normally end around 3:15. So we normally study all the way till 4:30, and then we go to practice after that.
Nice, nice. Well, let's talk a little bit about Clearwater Academy International.
So, yes, sir.
What was it like when you first attended that school? What did you notice about that school, and how are they academically? How serious do they take academics?
They take it extremely serious. So when I got there, it was all about being on point, getting your stuff done, understanding, understanding like the steps you take to learn how to be a proper learner, how to be a great studier, just being able to transfer everything you learn in high school to the next level.
Nice. With that, talk to me a little bit about what you learned about the school. Like, did you have to, when you first got there, was it big? Was it just having to get accustomed to it from what you experienced in Canada?
Mm-hmm.
What was, take me through that, because there's some things that, you know, you deal with peer pressure of people. You got to you have to get to know them. They
Yeah.
have to get to know you. So
Mm-hmm.
there's that, the pressure of that, but then just not knowing where things are at when you go to a
Yeah.
different school. Take me through that one.
Clearwater Academy is a private school, so it's not as big as the public school I went to in Canada. But before I went there, I knew like all the football players because we had Zoom meetings and everything, meeting weekly before we went there and watching film online. So I was really close with everybody on the football team there. So that wasn't a real problem, like having friends and stuff. But once I got to the school, it was a little bit different, not knowing where the places are, and they have different names for different rooms. So just having like the first day orientations and stuff, just getting to see the school and stuff, it really helped a lot, just being familiar with the surroundings.
So have you just been attending Clearwater Academy International just for about a year?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. What was it that the coaches, when they saw you and saw that you were coming to their school, what are some things that they noticed about you?
Probably my work ethic in the gym, in the classroom, just always being always working, just getting better, trying to improve on my skill, my craft. So just being a hard worker, I'd say.
How important is the aspect of making sure that you keep in constant communication with the teachers? Because you find it that sometimes, a lot of times, oh, I didn't know I had that assignment, or
Mm-hmm.
they'll say, I don't know about that test.
Yeah.
How important is that to keep in good communication with your teacher so that way you know what's going on?
It's extremely important because as a student athlete, you gotta be on point on point and everything. Because if you're not in school, you're away at football games, so you have to be able to catch up. So you have to have your assignments in line, everything, turning them proper time, so you can actually play on the field. So being on point is extremely important.
What tools do you use, Jhavaun, to
Mm-hmm.
help you keep organized, prepared? Organization and keeping yourself organized is so important.
Yeah.
Preparation is important. So what tools do you use to make sure that, hey, I know what my schedule is going to be for class and academics?
In the mornings, I'll get up early. After I do my preparation, I get a list and write down step by step what I'm trying to accomplish that day. So I'm always on point. So I check stuff off throughout the days and just stay on point, organized.
Does the phone play a part in that organization to keep things on calendars and alarms? How do you use the phone in that way?
On the phone, I have like alarms on my calendar to help me like remember. So if I have to take a test at this time online, I have a timer before 5 minutes before I take my test, so I can go through my notes and get ready to take the test. So just making alarms and stuff so you always remember.
Nice. Well, that's good. That's good organization. We love it. Well, we're here with Jhavaun Blake, class of 2021, running back out of Clearwater Academy International. We'll be right back.
Hi, I want to tell you about a new fitness and tennis program we want to bring to your school from Fit America. AMPed is a running and walking program that also primes children's brains for improved learning. Parents and kids love AMPed.
When I run, I just feel like I want to keep on doing it. I go running, it makes me feel so much better when I run.
It gets me more active and I can focus a lot more.
when we go back to the classroom or take a test or something, my mind, it's like fresh.
Sean Gray, I'm a PE teacher at Frank Wagner Elementary School in Monroe, Washington, and we have been doing the AMP program for about 2 months now, and we have seen big dividends in our academic program and our behavior with our students, along with them getting fit every day that we're doing the program. It's an amazing program, and I highly recommend it.
Hi, I'm Kristen Cortez, principal at Frank Wagner Elementary in the Monroe School District in Washington State. Thanks to Fit America, our kids are getting active and they are benefiting both academically and behaviorally. I encourage you to do the same. Contact Fit America.
The bonus is we are actually introducing many of these kids to tennis.
I love playing tennis and being with my friends.
Because of this program, our child is now playing tennis.
It's amazing what this program is doing for these kids.
Hi, Stan Smith here. I'm really concerned about our kids' physical fitness. They really need to get more exercise. I hope you'll support Fit America like I do. And the great news is we can implement this fitness and tennis program in your school. Let's improve the physical and mental health of our children.
Theragun is an essential part of my warm-up and recovery. Deep muscle treatment never felt so good. This is better than a massage. And it's so quiet. The Theragun Mini is going everywhere I go. The super soft attachment is perfect for my most sore areas. I use my Theragun every day.
Customer service has always been at the heart of everything we do at Enterprise. And now, more than ever, we know the importance of keeping our valued partners, like you, informed about the service enhancements we've made for the safety and well-being of your customers and our employees. The Enterprise Complete Clean Pledge is our commitment to maintaining the highest standards of safety and cleanliness. Vehicle cleanliness has always been important, but right now customers need even more confidence that the vehicle they are driving is clean and safe. With our Complete Clean Pledge, no matter where customers rent with us, a repair shop, their home, or our rental branch, customers will know their rental vehicle has been cleaned and sanitized in compliance with procedures established by leading health experts. Customers will see notifications within their vehicle that indicate it has been thoroughly cleaned using strict sanitizing procedures. These procedures include a strong focus on 20 high touch points throughout the vehicle, as well as washing, vacuuming, general wipe down, and sanitizing with a disinfectant. Additionally, we are innovating the rental process to minimize contact between your customers and our employees. Enterprise Launchpad allows us to interact with your customer where they are most comfortable and complete a properly distanced, low-touch rental transaction. Our safety precautions also extend to our rental locations. We've installed plexiglass counter shields to protect our customers and employees. Touchable surfaces are sanitized regularly, and curbside pickup options are offered to customers visiting a rental location. As the needs of your customers evolve, we want you to know that we are committed to maintaining the highest standards of safety and cleanliness, along with the same great service you expect from Enterprise. Thank you for your partnership.
Well, welcome back to our show. We have here Jhavaun Blake, class of 2021, running back. GPA hasn't been figured out yet because, again, we're in COVID-19, but he does have straight A's. So he is putting the work in the classroom. Also from Clearwater Academy International High School in Florida. So Jhavaun, we talked about student athlete challenges. Now we're getting into more about your play on the field. You as your position, running back. Now, did you know from like being in Jamaica, Canada, and now to Florida, did you play the same position of running back?
Just having a track background, like just running comes natural for me. So it's just a running back. When I just started playing the sport, it just felt natural, just getting the ball around, making plays, that felt natural. So I started loving that position more than any other position for sure.
You're the kind of person, student athlete that's like, hey, give me the ball, let me just do something with it. I will run where I need to go.
Yes, sir.
Through that position, what have you found from your freshman year of high school to now being a senior? What have you learned about the position of running back?
It's like we're dogs. We're the dogs on the field. Like we can do everything. Like we run the ball, we catch a ball, we make plays. So just being ready, just being hungry, just wanting to make plays, being like the best athlete on the field at all times. Sure.
I know that running backs love their offensive line.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why is that offensive line so important to a running back, my guy?
Because without them, we don't make plays. So and the quarterback doesn't make plays. So without our offensive line, we can't really do anything. So just having guys that are willing to block for you, to put themselves on the line for you every play, it means a lot.
You know, it used to be said that there's an off season.
Mm-hmm.
In sports today, there really isn't an off season because
No.
you continually train.
Yes,
What
sir.
kind of training were you doing to prep for your senior year at Clearwater?
We did some great stuff. We had morning beach workouts just to get your conditioning in your legs. We had gym lifts after that. So just having a scheduled program for speed, for strength, everything. So it was way harder than previous seasons for sure.
And being a running back, I want you to take me in the huddle. Now you got a play to run. What's one of the favorite plays you guys run? Are you guys in playoffs right now?
We had playoffs before. Right now the season ended. We've had a bowl game last week, a couple of weeks ago. So it was a good season.
It was a good season.
Yes, sir.
Do one of your favorite plays when you would get a play called in from the quarterback or from the coach. Give me that play, and what are you looking for on the defense when that play is being called? Take me through that.
Probably an outside play, outside zone run, something like that. Basically just looking how aggressive they are. If they're chasing really hard on the outside, just watching the cutbacks and everything. So yeah, probably outside zone run is my favorite plays. Just seeing what type of defense front they're running and everything, just taking advantage of that.
Now, the schools that you faced, take me through one
Yeah.
of your rival schools that you faced at Clearwater Academy International in Florida.
There was a couple. There was Vero Beach, there was Venice, there was Chaminade, Madonna. So there was some big games. There Brentwood in Tennessee. They're really good, talented guys. Got to commit to Alabama, Clemson, LSU. So just being able to prep really well for them every week. Vero Beach was probably one of the most hyped up game we had all year because they're undefeated in the state of Florida in the 8A division. So just being able, I think they had win streaks of about 5 years. So just being able to go in their home stadium and just give them a whipping. I mean, it meant everything. Like we celebrated as a team afterwards. We had pizza parties. So it was a great win for our team for sure.
What did you learn about your team? Because I think there's a process that happens from the beginning of the first game of the season to then
Yes,
end. Now with COVID-19, that played a part in how many games you played, correct?
Yes, sir, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Because normally we have a lot more games, a lot faster. And this season we had a bunch of bye weeks in between games, so it was really stressful just being able to. But it was good and bad because we had more time to prep for games and everything. So it was good and bad.
Well, what did you learn about your team, though? What was it about your team that you learned about that you saw from them? And because you're prepping for teams that you're going to play. But what is it that you saw from your teammates that you saw that, hey, there's improvement here from the first game to the end of the season?
From my teammates, just like their work ethic, their dedication to the sport and to us as a family, as a team. The work they coming in the weight room, working hard every single day just to get better on the field, getting extra rep after practices, just how much dedication, how much work they put into it, just shows how much they want it.
What's your favorite side to run the ball? That offensive line at Clearwater, what is that favorite side?
I don't really have a favorite side, to be honest, because I trust both sides. Anywhere I go, I trust because I know there's guys that I can trust and to do their jobs, make their blocks. So any side is the best side. It doesn't matter.
Does Jhavaun Blake like to block? Because I think there's an aspect of running backs and what they do that, hey, it's just about getting the ball and running to the house, right? But it's more. There's more of plays that are ran offensively to block certain defensive players. How do you take blocking seriously? And
Yeah, most definitely. Our running backs coach always say a great player shows what he can do when the ball is not in his hand. So making blocks and everything like that is more important than running the ball, because if you can't be dependent on to take care of the quarterback when the ball's away from you, then you can't really be trusted on the field.
It's true. Some running backs also they get the ball by getting the ball handed off from the quarterback or a pitch or an option. There's an aspect of running backs being able to catch and receiving.
Yeah.
How are you as a receiver when you come out of the backfield for a play?
Our coach is all about catching the ball, running routes from the tailback position. So we do a lot of reps with the receivers, just being able to run routes properly and just getting a lot of reps as a receiver. So we play slot, play wide out, so move around the field just to be athletes.
With your position, a lot of times student athletes don't like to talk strengths and weaknesses. They'll talk strengths, but they'll leave the weaknesses out. Let's talk about strengths. What are some of the strengths that Jhavaun Blake has in the running back position that he could offer a college on the next level?
Number one is speed for sure. Just having a track background, like speed comes naturally for me. Power and strength, and just hitting the hole, making big plays, just making plays out of nothing.
What is your speed in the 40?
40 right now is a 4.48.
Nice. Okay. Speed. You said that, so that's pretty fast.
Same.
Try to catch Jhavaun Blake.
I don't know if they can.
Right. But what are some of the weaknesses that you found? Because there's always a weakness in a game, in a student athlete's game. You can look at the NFL, a professional, same thing. They can have a weakness there too. What is one of the weaknesses that you have and that you're really working hard at to try to improve?
Sometimes just taking too long and just making a cut, making a decision. So last season I just tried to just react, just see the gap, see a block, and just go. So just being reactive and not think too much, stay out of my head, just making plays, just play, just have fun.
I mean, it's been said that for a running back, vision is everything. Vision on the field, seeing plays as it develops, the offensive line, the way it blocks, holes that you're able to see. Decisions have to be made instantly. So talk to me how important vision is, your running back, being a running back at Clearwater, and in that position for running back. How important is that?
It's extremely important. It's the most important thing. So you can be a poor athlete, but if you have vision, you can still make your plays. So just having vision, so just getting reps, just taking extra reps after practice, before practice, going to the line, just being able to just see the gap, one cut and go.
Now, being a running back, you have a position coach, correct?
Yes, sir.
How important is that relationship that you both have as your position coach and teaching you things off the field, well as on the field in game time situations? What is that relationship like? Take me through that.
It's extremely important. He's like a father figure to you. He's the guy that's there with you all day. He's the guy that's to help you get better at your craft. You work with him all the time. So just being able to go to him and just talk to him about the previous run you might have made, like what did you see? What cut should I take if it wasn't a successful run, or whatever it may be. Just always, he's the guy that you go to no matter like whatever the situation is. He can always give you advice and what you should do to run better, whatever it may be, what your flaws are, what your strengths are.
And with that relationship comes a relationship with the head coach.
Yes, sir.
The coaches have to be on the same page.
Yes, sir.
With the player, with the student athlete. So talk to me about your head coach and how important that relationship is for you.
It's extremely important. Your head coach is the guy that trusts you enough to like put you on your program, to give you opportunity to prove yourself to them. So just having a good relationship, being able to talk to him about any problems you have on the field, or what plays your strengths, or maybe what you see on the field, or what plays we should run, or whatever it may be, is just is good. Just having somebody you can go to like that is good.
Take me through a situation during the season when you guys were down as a team.
Yes, sir.
And you fought your way back. What was it like being down, and what was the behavior of your teammates? And the coaching obviously influenced a comeback with the players. Talk to me about that experience.
Our head coach and all of the coaches have this thing that we say no matter what, like, what's next? If you make a mad play, what's next? What are you going to do to improve that? What do you do to get better? Like at Vero Beach, the reason why it was our favorite win of the season was we were down about 3 scores or 2 scores going into the third, fourth quarter. And nobody lingered, nobody held their heads down. Everybody was ready to go. We're ready to fight as a team. We're all saying, what's next? What are we going to do? Each play, what we're going to do to get better, what we're going to do to get in the end zone, and just come together as a family, and we just executed.
How important was your defense on the field? I mean, because the defense they say defense wins championships.
Yes, sir.
How good was your defense, and did they really grow a lot during the season?
Yeah, it was extremely important. We had some great defensive players last year, so just having guys that you know on the defense that can go there and make plays, and you can depend on them every single play. It means a lot because we when you have a defense that balls out, we get to be out the field and watch that greatness all the time. So just being able to watch it from the sideline, it's amazing.
Now, there's a lot of things that that go on with the coaches and having to get a lot of good plays that from the student athlete. Sometimes there's a chain around the neck when a good play is being made.
Yes, sir.
Getting a stone, or you're doing something. Was there something that your team did to kind of get the momentum or rile up your team and get them ready? Was there a little bit of a turnover chain or something like that?
At Clearwater, because we're the Knights, we have a pretty realistic sword. It's probably about a meter long, so we call it a takeaway sword. So if you get a sack and you recover a fumble, you get a takeaway sword. If you get an interception, you get a takeaway sword. So everybody thrives to get that on the defense because you're the guy when you get that. So,
and the more that the sword comes out, the better.
Yes, sir.
That's equaling a W for Clearwater.
Yes, sir, for sure.
Nice. I love it. Well, we have here Jhavaun Blake, class of 2021, from Clearwater Academy International High School. We'll be right back.
Just feel so good. Just feel so good.
The time is coming for us to get out and go again, to visit all the places we didn't know meant so much. But we're all going at our own speed. At Enterprise, peace of mind starts with our complete clean pledge, curbside rentals, and low-touch transactions. With so many vehicles of so many kinds, you can count on us to help you get everywhere you want to go. Again, whenever you're ready, we're ready for you. Enterprise.
Outside the games, this is Jhavaun Blake, class of 2021 out of Clearwater Academy International, running back position. No GPA, but getting straight A's in the classroom. He's taking care of that. Jhavaun, we're going to talk about the film room. Film is so important because you can dissect a lot of different things. Your position, the defense, how it plays you as an offense, maybe things that you can do better on the offense. How important is film room to you?
It's extremely important. Just being able to see what your opponent is going to do that week and just breaking everything down, seeing what their weaknesses and being able to capitalize on the weakness, planning for their weaknesses and stuff like that. And positional wise, just being able to see what you need to improve on, what you did well on, what you need to keep working on. It means it's everything. Just being able to get better, just seeing what you need to get better at. It's everything.
Now, do the position coaches break out in different film studies with
Yes,
those position players?
Yes, sir. So the first film of the week, we have a film as a team, and then after that, we break off into positional films.
Okay, all right. season's over.
Yes, sir.
It didn't end the way you wanted it to. Obviously, a state title, playing in a championship game, and doing that. Was there a reason why you weren't able to get that far and to do that? Take me through what it was that prevented you from getting that far.
I'd say just minor mistakes and minor step backs. Just stuff that we maybe could have done better and improved on. But I'm pretty proud of the season that we had because we did amazing things as a team. So the state title would have been just the icing on the cake for sure. But it just didn't happen. We're fortunate enough to come out with a victory. But I'm pretty proud of the season that we had for sure.
Now, we left this out in the beginning of the interview from a standpoint of your brother.
Mm-hmm.
Your brother is a professional track athlete.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about that, because I think your brother's played a part in how he's influenced you
Yes,
to be a good student athlete.
Yes, sir. My brother, Jhavaun Blake, he runs for the Olympic team in Canada, and he's just always looking out for me in the off season. He brings me on the track. He trains me with his coaches or whatever it may be. When he's in town, we get workouts together. So just having a role model like that you can look up to at the professional level, that still checks for you, look out for you, and just give you advice to get better. It's amazing.
Jhavaun, obviously you'd mentioned that there's no track at your high school. So that's kind of you love to run track. We know that.
Yes, sir.
There's basketball and football.
Yes, sir.
Is Jhavaun trying to grab a basketball and play on the team?
I can play basketball. I played basketball in Canada for 2 seasons. So basketball is one of my loves too, for sure.
Oh, nice. Because they work together in hand-eye coordination, right? And you're still training, you're still doing that. What is the football team, now that it's ended, the season is over, is the football team doing things together still? Are we still training? Is there still stuff going on?
Yes, sir. As soon as the season was over, we went into our strength and conditioning phase. So just getting stronger, just getting better at lifts and stuff. And most of the guys, they're doing that, and they go into basketball as well because we have guys that plays both sports. So yeah, we do a lot of stuff in the off season. We have our team bonding days and stuff like that too as well. So it's good.
Well, I tell you, it's been a great time spending time with you, Jhavaun. Talking about your season, talking about how you are in your academics as a student athlete. Some sacrifices.
Yes, sir.
To a lot, from your family to even you, going from school to school and working with that arrangement. That's the other thing, is sometimes it doesn't always bode well when student athletes transfer to different schools, because there's a lot of different pieces to that
yes,
influence a student athlete for the good or for the bad. But you've handled it very well, and that's really great to see. Is there anything you want to get as far as the next level in college?
Mm-hmm.
What does that look like for you? What can you offer a college that wants to be able to recruit you? What can you offer them?
For sure, work ethic and dedication towards just being successful. Like, greatness is everything. So just wanting to succeed and just working hard, coming in, getting extra work, whatever it may be. And just my athleticism, my dedication to the sport. Sure.
The key is going to be obviously your academics and finishing very strong in that way. Because really what it is, the academics are going to open doors. I mean, that's what it is. And it offers a lot of opportunities on the next level that colleges look at. So what is important for you to do to maintain that academics, that strong academics and those grades? What do you have to do to continue to be strong in that area?
Just staying on point in my classes, just being able to track everything, stay organized, and just finish up strong.
Nice. Well, I tell you, this has been Jhavaun Blake, class of 2021 out of Clearwater Academy International. And let me say that again, Clearwater Academy International in Florida. Yes. Running back, and GPA will be figured out, though he's doing really well in the classroom. So he's going to keep on doing that. Well, it's been a pleasure to have you, Jhavaun. I tell you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, to get to know you, get to, give a lot of love from outside the games to your family for being able to be a part of this interview.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate getting to know you on and off the field, because it is about character. Take me through,
Sure.
first of all, though, Clearwater Academy International. What is it about their alumni and support from the community? Is that a big thing?
Yes, it's extremely important. We have players. We have great players. We have Joe at Clemson. We have Akeem Messidor. We have a bunch of guys that are playing at the D1 level, are playing at really good schools. So just having those guys, being able to talk to them and just seeing what the process is like and what it's like in college, and just being able to, whenever the situation, if you're going through recruitments and you need some help or whatever, just being able to contact those guys and asking what it's like and what did they do when they're getting recruited, when they're in our my place and everything. So it's a lot to have those alumni that you can depend on.
Yeah, and at home, how important is it to keep home peaceful and really work with your parents? As a student athlete, there's a lot on your plate. Time management seems to be the biggest one of trying to figure out how you do both.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing in that way, and how do you strive to do that consistently?
Just being an athlete, you don't really get a lot of time with your family, so I try to make it a point to get a lot of time with my family, just going out, going to dinners, going to the park, just hanging out, just being grounded with my family.
Well, hey, it's been a pleasure to get to know you. We appreciate you very, very much, Jhavaun Blake. We wish you the best on the next level. We know that some colleges, if you haven't seen this guy, he checks off on all boxes. This guy's got it. But we do have to tell you, we have something else in store in this interview. It's called the Quick Blitz. We get to know you even better. We start off with my friend Jhavaun. Favorite food. What is Jhavaun's favorite dish for dinner?
Favorite dish? I'm going back to my Jamaican roots. I'm gonna say ackee and saltfish with rice. It's like our national dish.
There you go. Yum. Delicious. Favorite dessert?
Favorite dessert? Cookies. Any cookies. I could devour any cookies for sure. Like anything.
Apple or Android, and why?
I'm gonna say Apple because I've had it for the longest time. It's a little bit more. I just like the qualities it has and on the pictures. Like I love taking pictures and videos and stuff. So just having that quality.
I mean, you have family back in Jamaica too, so you like to send great pictures of Florida and all the things you see, right?
Yes, sir, for sure, 100%.
When's the last time you've been back to Jamaica?
In 2017. I went back in the summer of 2017. Yeah.
All right. Favorite destination spot if you were to choose anywhere in the world, not Jamaica?
Favorite places that I've been, because I used to live in the UK as well for about 2 years. So I say probably Rome, because I love their food, I love their culture. So Rome, yeah.
Nice. You've been there?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Been around, Jhavaun.
I try to stay pretty cultured.
Around the world, my guy. That's a lot of traveling, a lot of traveling miles, my friend.
Sir.
If you were running late somewhere and you had to let somebody know, would you call or text, and why?
I would call. Just being able to communicate. Communication is like the biggest thing. Like all last season, our biggest thing was communication. If you can't make a meeting, if you're gonna be late, just communicating. So call. Just calling so the person hears your voice and knowing that you're sincere, that you're not going to be able to make the appointment or you're going to be late to it. So just calling for sure. Just having that communication.
Favorite cleat to wear on the field?
Cleats? I'd say probably the Vapor Jets because it's super, super light and I just feel agile when I'm wearing it. So Vapor Jets.
Well, Nike's in the family, right?
Yes, sir. I have Nikes too. It just depends. Depends on the type of game. If we're playing on turf or we're playing on grass.
Favorite shoe to wear, casually?
Casually, Air Force Ones or retro ones. I'm a big Jordan fan, so or sometimes sometimes Yeezys. Depends. It just depends on what outing is.
And my guy's stylish. He's got a wardrobe of some shoes. I'm sure some dress, some clothes too.
Yes, sir. My brother hooked me up, so.
Favorite, let's just say this, favorite musical artist that you like?
Favorite musical artist? That's a tough one.
There's a lot.
That's tough. I'm probably gonna say, I don't know, probably Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, those guys. I'm really into the rap culture, so those guys for sure.
Old school.
Yes, sir.
Man, old school. Now, is that a little influence from your brother?
Not necessarily. I kind of started listening to that on my own, but yeah.
Yeah, so if something goes into Jhavaun's car, are you driving, Jhavaun?
Yes, sir.
Great. Takes me to my next question. If you could pick any car SUV, what would it be?
Any car, probably any American muscle. I love muscle cars, so any American muscle, for sure.
Nice.
I love muscle.
You love American muscle?
Yes, sir, for sure, 100%.
Are we going Chevy or Ford?
Chevy.
Okay, all right. Last movie you just saw?
Last movie, I saw the Clemson movie. I can't remember what it's called,
great movie.
Yeah, it was a really good movie.
Wow. Yeah, Disney movie.
Mm-hmm.
The name escapes me, but something about safety.
Yeah.
Because he was a safety.
I think it's called Safety, to be honest. Yeah, I think it's called Safety, yeah.
Yeah, very good movie. I loved it. It was a great movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Taught you some things though, right? I mean, as a student athlete, especially that team, we're not trying to give people a teaser, but not really. But we don't want to blow it for anybody that hasn't seen it.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot in there that really powerful when it comes to just the support that the coaches and the teammates had for him. When it came to him going to the NCAA committee.
Yeah, just having the support and on the family behind you, because no matter the situation, like in that, like he was going through a hard time with his family, and they all supported him, and that's a lot. Like just having that support for a person like far away from home, that's everything.
It's everything. Get serious on a point here. If you could change anything in the world today, and believe me, you've seen a lot of the world, okay?
Yeah.
But if you could impact one thing in the world today, what would that be, Jhavaun?
One thing, probably the racism, I'd say, towards any culture. Just the hatred of just hating somebody because of what background they are, what their culture they are. Probably the hatred for sure.
Last thing your mom told you?
I love you.
Oh,
that's what she told me. Yeah.
What's the last thing your dad told you?
I talk to you tomorrow.
What about your brother? Last thing your brother told you?
Last thing my brother told me. I think I'm proud of you. I think.
That's powerful. Well, I tell you, we have one last question for you, and we hope that you get it right. We know you're confident. You're a senior, and you will. So this is going to be what you prefer. What would you prefer out of the two? Okay. Would you prefer a cookie that's burnt, or would you rather be on Outside the Games?
Outside the Games, of course.
Well, hey, we appreciate you. Jhavaun Blake, he is 6'1", 210, runs a 4.48 in the 40. He is a class of 2021. It's a senior year. He's open to college. He wants to go to that next level. He's looking forward to it. He's studying hard in his academics. Out of Clearwater Academy International in Florida. He's had quite an experience, quite a background with regards to traveling from Jamaica to Canada and now to the USA. But we thank you so much, Jhavaun. We wish you the best, and we'll be in contact, my guy.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. You take care, okay?
Yes, sir. You too.
I'm Melissa DeCurios, and you're watching Outside the Games with your host, Kevin Minton.